This is Chris Kelly with your Peak Trainer 1 conditioning circuit example. And the conditioning circuit, we feel that the conditioning circuit is something that benefits all clients at different measures. Right? The thing is, if the client is already fatigued, they're covered in sweat, they're gassed, and they're telling you these things after you've done your power and your strength training, then that was their conditioning. Okay, this stuff is not necessary. But once they get in better shape and as they progress, then we start to add conditioning as sort of the icing on the cake and to address their particular need. All right. So and that's going to be based upon you. Okay, you're going to decide on whatever it may be. You might use interval training, you might use circuit training. But in this demonstration, my purpose is to give you kind of the idea that we only want to do the minimal dose necessary to get what we need. Okay, so there are multiple tools to do the same job. And I think in today's world of trying to push people to the limit, we often push people off a cliff. Okay, and if your client is going throughout their day where they can't think straight or their head is ringing because they've just done 75 power cleans or 100 barbell push press or 100 burpees or whatever it may be, all right, that's not necessarily going to be the best result for you because it's just pushing them too far. They don't necessarily need that much. So there are many tools that we can utilize to do the job. Right? For this circuit, we're going to use the example of a kettlebell swing, a push press, all right, and an overhead lunge walk. Okay, and you can see that we have a foam roller here, a stability ball, dumbbells, and actually I'm going to get a kettlebell also. Okay, and traditionally, what we would have the client do is grab the dumbbells, push press for, say, 30 seconds or 60 or whatever it is, grab the kettlebell, swing, okay, and then grab a barbell or a dumbbell and hold it over their heads, all right, and do a lunge walk, right? And that's extremely fatiguing. If after they've done all their stuff, if they're doing these things, who knows what's going to happen. It might work for our younger clients. Some of our older clients, and again, this is the majority of your general population, people are not necessarily going to get the best result from that, right? Injury prevention becomes a concern, especially as people fatigue. So my answer to, or I guess my response to that is, why can't we use a tool that kind of looks in the same shape and does the same thing to get a result, all right? So rather than doing dumbbell push presses, we could use a stability ball. Or, rather than doing barbell push presses, we could use a foam roller. All right, if it's getting the client's heart rate up and we're accomplishing the same objective, I'm doing so without adding undue load to their body. Okay, and that's the biggest thing, we're preserving them. All right? Rather than saying kettlebell swing, if the person is swinging where they're doing, squat swinging, or they just don't, or they're hyperextending from their back, or whatever it may be, or it's somebody that's just never learned that before, I want to think about a tool that I can use to make this thing so simple that it's almost idiot-proof, right? They can't screw it up, and it's something that I can use to pattern, the kettlebell swing later on, right? So I have them do a stability ball swing. I tell them to stick their hips out and swing, right? Push down at the top. Okay, this is something that I can show them in 5 seconds, all right? Even if their technique is not spot on in the beginning, this is such a light load, it's not going to hurt them, okay? So this could be a medicine ball, okay? This could be a soccer ball or basketball. It doesn't matter. The point is that we're training the same motion. They're moving quickly, and with conditioning, that is the biggest thing. If the weight of the implement obscures the exercise, if it slows the person down, or it doesn't allow them to move to get their heart rate up, then we've kind of defeated the purpose of the drill. All right, so stability balls I like a lot for that. Medicine balls I like as well. Overhead lunge walk, I can do the same thing. All right, rather than holding a weighted barbell where a person's coming forward onto their toes and potentially injuring themselves, why can't I hold a foam roller overhead? Okay, and do the same thing. All right, it's the same idea. I can use the stability ball, I can use whatever I want, but again, it just lessens the opportunity for the person to injure themselves. And what I like to do, especially with clients that are new to this stuff, is I will use an exercise that is the most intense first, all right? So I can do something like a medicine ball slam or, dumbbell push presses, whatever it may be, to really jack up their heart rate, all right? And then we use these subsequent drills to just pattern movement and to bring it down. Okay, so the reality is, if they do a push press for 60 seconds for somebody new, it's going to take them at least a minute or two to recover. Okay, we can fill that time with 30-second intervals of, wider drills in order for them to still do something and get a training effect, but again, just not pushing them over the edge. So we want to get our clients comfortable with these higher heart rates and use these kind of easier exercises as a bridge to be able to add in harder exercises later. Okay, so look at your client, look at their abilities, and just scale for them appropriately. I think that's the message here, and that applies to whether you're doing boot camps, that applies to whether you're doing personal training, but just look at the situation, look at the tools that you have available to you, and scale.